Hey, it looks like the tomatoes are starting to ripen up. Got a few little cherry tomatoes there. One small tomato right there. It's a small garden, but it's all we need. So today, it's that time of year again. We're doing another oil change on the ElectraGlide. I'll take you over here and show you what you need. I have everything set out. So to do an oil change on the ElectraGlide, you're gonna want a 3/4 inch socket to take your drain plug out. I'm using 17 millimeter for my K&N oil filter. It's a wrench style, you can see. 4 quarts of oil, and obviously a drain pan. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, don't forget some thread locker or thread tape, whichever one you want to use. I like thread lock better, but I don't have any right now, so I'm going to use that. This right here is your drain plug. We're going to go ahead and put this under. All right, now what I want to do is take that drain plug out right there. And then pop my gas or my oil tank a little bit. There we go. And I'm gonna sit there and let that drain for a minute. I think last time I couldn't find any thread lock, so I just used Permatex. Short's good. I'm actually going to go ahead and keep that on because that made a nice rubber seal. I know I'm probably supposed to use a little O-ring, but when I do, it always leaks. The only way I can get it to not leak is by using some thread lock and Permatex. So that's what I'm going to do because that works for me. Like I said before, this is a little magnet. You want to clean that out real quick. Just get whatever metal shavings might be in there. All right, let's see how that's draining down here. Oh, that drained out really good. You always want to make sure your engine's nice and warm. It helps the oil drain out faster. As you can see, that worked really good. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put some thread lock on here. And of course I put it on the wrong way again, like I always do. But it's gonna work, so I'll leave it like that. Let's go ahead and pop this back in. You don't want to over tighten this. I don't use a torque wrench, but I'm pretty sure the torque specs are at 19 foot-pounds. There we go. It's as tight as I like it right there. Now we're going to move this forward. We're going to take off the oil filter. The oil filter takes 17 millimeter, an extension, and a 3/8 drive. Well, it looks like I actually bought a black filter this time. I normally go with chrome, but I didn't specify, so I guess it doesn't matter. All right, let's go take the old one off. Do that. Let's give this a little turn. And you're gonna have oil drip out of it. That's why you have the pan underneath there. There's nothing you can do about that. We drain that out good. Let's go get some more oil. Now what you want to make sure you do here is open up your oil. Coat the edge here so you get a nice seal. And fill it up about halfway. It's a little bit too much, but we just screw it back on. We can go hand tight. Since my hands are slippery, I'm just going to give it a little bit. There we go. So we have a new oil filter. I have my plug in the bottom. Let's go fill it up the rest of the way with oil. Of course, I'm making a mess. I should have used a funnel, but normally I'm not so impatient. This bike takes 3.5 quarts, 20 weight 50. right, there's 3 quarts right there. Half of this quart. All right, you see how the oil dipstick goes back and forth? That's so you can check your oil while it's on the kickstand or jiffy stand, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, full cold. Perfect. Let's start it up and get a little oil circulating through this thing. There you have it. An oil change on a 1998 ElectraGlide Classic. Simple. You don't need a lot of tools. Something you can do at home in your garage. And something I do about 2 or 3 times a year. So after I let the oil run through the engine a little bit, I'll check the oil again. And if I have to, I'll put in a little bit more, but it should be good to go. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helps somebody out somewhere. Have a good night.